if you're doing your feet with your spiky ball, just make sure you've done both. If you're doing your feet with your hog, then you can have a heel toe action on it, which is ooh. Or you can rock over the sides and work your way up your foot. That's quite sore in my arches today. Good to release the feet and release the fascia and mobilize the bones. Right, we've had a little diddle. So you can put that to one side for a moment. Have your little weights near your feet so you can use them. Have a ball near you in case you want to use it later. Feet are directly under your hip sockets. Fan out your toes and fingers. Do it a few times just to put some space, not just between the fingers, but up here in the joints of your hands and feet. And then a little close of your eyes and a sway forwards and back. Shifting the weight from ball of foot to heel. And then pause when the weight feels like it's in the middle of your foot, so just in front of the ankle joint, if you were to drop a line. And let's go left, right. And as you sway left and right, just explore how easily the hips are gliding in their sockets. That's nice. The stability that's happening around your pelvis. Begin to draw up on your knees and your thighs. Lift your pelvic floor, the low part of your tummy joining in, nip your waist in and have a feeling of length up through the spine. Heart lifted, collarbones open and dropping back. Lose your salt cellars, just in case they've crept back. The tension in that neck, Rachel, so get your salt cellars down. Pause in the center, retract your chin for me. Give me 5 jowly chins. And ease off. And again, pull back. So we feel the slight tipping of the head. It doesn't go down, but it feels like the back of your neck is lengthening. Ease off. And again, pull back. Ease off a bit. Turn your face to the right. Squeeze it there. Drop it down cautiously. Don't force it round to your left. Inhale. Keep the right shoulder held back. Down and across again. Round to the right, left shoulder held back. Down and across and around. Face center, left ear to left shoulder. Good, have a circle. So some kind of movement of the head to explore and to find a place in your neck where you think, oh, juicy. Now leave your head on this side. Keep it moving if you want to, keep it still if you want to. With your left hand, take hold of your arm, the right arm, and press quite firmly and pull down. It's not like you're pulling your arm, it's like you're trying to move the skin on top of the muscle. So it's like you're literally pulling and sweeping all the way down from kind of bicep down across your elbow and out. Pull twice more, keeping your head on one side. Oof. One more time. It's quite nice to pull on that wrist. Lift your face, put it in the sunshine. So your left hand is pulling your right wrist while you lift your face. Just nudge your right shoulder back a bit. And release. Roll the chin down into the middle of your chest. Soften both knees a smidge. Engage your tummy. Inhale. We're going to roll down head, neck, shoulders, and stop. Hands are on your thighs. Bend your knees more as you stick your bottom out and lift your chest. Hands are well and truly on your legs supporting you. You can have your fingers in, fingers pointing down, however you wish. Round your back a little bit. Let your tail drop and head drop. Stick your tail out. Let your spine ripple into an arch. Chest forward, shoulders back. Going again, rounding the back, dropping your tail. And releasing. Bottom lifted. Twice more. Exhale. And then inhale. And then climbing up your legs. When you get to the top, have a sweep out of your arms and up. Look up. Bring your arms wide. Roll your shoulders around. Check your feet. Still parallel, lifting up through the thighs, bottom tummy. Take a breath in. Now, right ear to right shoulder. Have a nod or a circle or some kind of movement. Notice what this side feels like. Encourage those collarbones to melt backwards. Now leave your head on one side. Right hand takes hold of left arm from sort of under your armpit. Grab the flesh, pull down over the elbow, down over the forearm, and release. And again, it's a sweep, 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 sweep. It's like a fascial release. How does the neck feel on this side? Try and pull the skin. Whoosh. A few more times. Leaving the muscles, particularly around the elbow, just below the elbow. Give them a little pull. Try putting pressure in slightly different places on your arm. Feel what your thumb is pressing, what your palm is pressing, what your fingers are pressing. One more time. And then keeping hold of your wrist. Pull it down, left shoulder back. Ooh, lift your face a little bit, put it in the sunshine. Deep breath in, big sigh out. And then let go. Roll the chin down into the middle of your chest, interlock your fingers. Place them on the back of your head lightly. Let your elbows hang forwards. Now shrug your shoulders up where you don't want them. Pull them down where you do. Keep the elbows hanging for now. Press your head up into your hands. Feel how it takes up the tension in the back of the neck. Then push up, 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 up. Start to draw your elbows back without your ribs popping out. Now, if you feel that this is too much for your shoulders, you can put your hands here instead. So shrug your shoulders up, slide them down, engage your tummy, your thighs, your hips, and twist to your left. Do not let your right elbow move forwards. Come back to the center. Twist to your right. Inhale, center. One more time. Twist left without your hips moving. Inhale, center. Twist right without your hips moving. Keep that left elbow back. Center. Lift up, up, up out of your waist. Now then, you can put your arms down if this is too long a lever. Lift up and over. So if you're concerned about bone density, don't go very far and maybe bring your arms down by your side. Head pushing back into hands. Up you come. Inhale. Keep your head stacked above your spine. Don't lean forwards. Over you go to the other side. Elbows back. You're in the double glazing. Up you come to the top. Bring your arms wide. Roll your shoulders around. Head, neck, shoulders, curl. Hands on legs. Start to go down. Rest your hands on your legs, 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 legs. Stick your bottom right out, chest up. Take hold of your little tins of beans or your weights and bring them up with you with a flat back. Keep going for me. When you get to the top, you've got hold of your weights. So let's have right leg forwards, left leg back. And they are stride width apart that way, but also they're not on a tight rope. You've got your feet apart from left to right. So you've got right leg forwards, left leg back, yeah? So we're literally just going to do bicep curls for a moment, just to kind of get our brain coordination going. Elbows in at our waist and hands coming up towards your shoulders. And then you turn your hands over and do a straight arm sweep and down. So now your palms are facing down. And you're bringing these arms either to chest height, or if you can, a little bit higher, or if you can, all the way up next to your ears. And then can you rock forwards onto the front foot and leave your ball of your back foot down or your toe of your back foot down? So you can either keep a bit more balance. You don't have to have the front knee bent yet. So you decide how much of a rock you're going to do. But as you rock forwards, front leg straight, then you are firing up your back muscles. Last 3. Heel down. Toe. Heel down. Stay here. Lift your back leg and pulse, pulse, pulse. Now, if your arms are in the air, you'll feel the whole back of your body working. But be careful your ribs don't stick out. If you're struggling with your arms in the air, bring them down by your side. Legs straight, it'll want to bend. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg out to the side. I'll just turn around so you can see. Plant your foot wide and down. You come into your squat. Now you choose. Are you going to stay with a flat back and not go all the way down? Or do your joints allow you to come down? Hands towards sternum, sit up tall, shoulders back and chest lifted. Some kind of squat, just release into your hips and really get a deep stretch. Oh, some weight in the outside edge of your feet, lifting of the arches. Good. Nice. From here, oh, that feels tight. Hands go down, lift your bottoms up. Please have your backs flat and your tummies in. Walk your feet in together. Rest your whole torso on your thighs. So your knees are well and truly bent. You're looking down at the floor and you're like your legs are a table for your torso. Lift your hands off the floor if you can. Knuckles are together. And you're going to lift your chest and look forwards a little bit and then draw your arms out and back and out and back. So you're squeezing your elbows into the air. Your shoulder blades are drawing towards each other. And you're making this big sort of like wings out to the side, not behind you, out to the windows, to the sides of the room. Yeah. Last 3. Chest lifted, body resting on legs. 1 more. Hands on your thighs, push yourself up. Marvelous. Come to the top, sweep your arms out and up. Bring them down. Shoulders around. So just take your hands out in front of you. So you've got your knuckles in front of your chest and draw your elbows back like they're going in semicircle out behind you. And it's like you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and bring them in. And again, big circle and in. So that's the move we're doing down here. So keep going. When you're here, same movement. Not out here behind you, but literally that. Same shape. Yeah? Last 3. Last 2. Left leg forwards, right leg back. Last 1. And release. Arms by your side. Feet pointing forwards. Bicep curl and down. And lift. So keeping both legs straight to begin with. Good. Add your own resistance because these are quite lightweight. So add a sense of squeeze. Like you're deliberately trying to show me your biceps. And then turn your palms over, knuckles facing up, lift and down. Straight out in front of you, working the fronts of the shoulders. Starting to feel a bit of momentum creeping into the body. So you're keeping your body still because your arms are adding a bit of a swingy dynamic, aren't they? Can you now rock forwards and back? So you come onto the ball or even the toe of the back foot, heel down, toe, heel. Now these arms could come all the way up to either side of your head and ears. And as they get to the top, I want you to squeeze your upper back. Can you feel how it's doing a little bit more work at the top of that movement? Rock and back. Good. Lift and back. And it looks dead easy, but actually your balance is thrown off a little bit by the amount of swing of these arms. And you'll feel that your core is having to work. Now take your arms up and stay there. Lift your back leg and then pulse, pulse, pulse. You've got your tummy held, your ribs tucked in, the leg will want to bend. You're trying to keep it straight. Super. Keep it straight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that leg out to the side. Balance. Plant your foot. Bring it wide. Down you come. Look where your hands are in relation to your chest. Elbows on the inside. Forwards and back. Introduce one tin of beans to the other tin of beans. They can have a little chat. Let's go side to side. Good morning, hips. Keep your head up, Lynn. You won't find it down there. Now then, think about the hands being here and that movement we did that was like big semicircles. Take your bottom in the air, walk your feet in. Please have your knees bent, very bent. Rest your body on your legs so your bones are supported. And then instead of your hands right in at your chest, drop them towards the floor, but they are in line with your sternum. Keep your chin in, chest up, and then elbows back and down, elbows back. So you're sweeping out to the sides. It's literally like a pair of wonderful wings. You're a big albatross. Your bottom is high, your chest is up, your body is resting on your thighs. Your tummy supporting your spine and you're squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. The elbows are slightly bent and you're trying to squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other as you pull it up, control down, pull up, control down. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Pop your hands on your thighs, come up with your head first, flat back, and come all the way to the top. Marvelous. Have a little paddle around, get your blood pressure moving. Take the weight onto your left foot. Take the right tippy toes forwards. Marvelous. Now you can either leave those toes down or of course you can lift them. Then you're bringing your elbows in at your waist, not behind, but just tucked in. And then palms are up. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Try and make it smooth and treacly and resisted. Now, if you can do it, optional, to make this a little bit more complicated, is to lift your knee as your arms go out, take your toe down, lift. And you can either tap the floor with your toe or not. Go a little bit slower so you've got time to feel the back of your shoulders working, in between your shoulder blades working. Keep your chin tucked in so your neck doesn't get all tense. And relax your jaw. Last 2. 1 more. Hold and pulse. Not the knee, but the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5. Do it with your upper back. 3, 2, 1. And release. Have a march on the spot. Elaine's been on the gym this morning. Standing on your right foot. Left tippy toes out in front. Find your balance, pelvis level, ribs level, shoulders level. Now then, lift your foot. We're not doing the dumb waiter this time, so bring your arms down. Yeah. Left arm up in front of you to shoulder height. Bring it down. Right arm to shoulder height. Bring it down. Both arms to shoulder height. Bring them down. Left arm. Good. And down. Right arm. And down. Both arms. And down. Left arm. Right arm. Both arms. Are we ready to add a leg in? Left left arm, right arm, the knees coming up and down with you, both arms. Yucky thump. Knee up as the arm comes up. Knee up as the arm comes up. Both knees, both arms. This is your last time. Knee up. Single right arm. Whoops. And then both. Whoop. Hold it here. Pulse the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Well done. Have a little march out. Super duper. So pop your little weights down for a moment. Briefly, pretend you're holding a wall. Bring your right foot up behind you. Let's stretch the front thigh. So we want to take hold of the base knuckle of the big toe joint, if we can reach that far, or use your strap if you need to. Carefully, your hips don't sag here. Keep them held, keep them level. Squeeze your bottom, push it forwards. Tuck your tail under at the back, down, and open into the front thigh and down the hip. And breathe. Head in line, not poked forwards. Steady breath. Really good. Work that knee back. Tuck your tail under a bit more. Zip up your tummy a bit more. Squeeze your glutes a bit more. Now this leg that you're holding, take it way out behind you. Pop it down. Straighten out both legs. Sweep your arms up. Now, both feet are facing forward. Somebody's got a strap around your hips and they're pulling it back, 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 back. So your hips feel like they're really being pulled back. Press into your feet. Feel the pressure on the mat as you push your feet away. And then bring your hands to that thigh, back of the neck long. You are not rounded. You have not collapsed down. Your hands are on your thighs. Have you got a stretch in the back of the front leg? Yeah? Tummy drawn in. Notice if your hips are twisting, try and keep, so if you've got your left leg at the front, try and keep the right headlamp shining forwards. So you can go lower if you want to onto your shin or even to fingertips to the floor, but I don't want you to just let your head and tail drop. There's got to be this kind of lifting up and out of the sternum, stretching your hips back, stretching your head and shoulders forwards, and then bend your front knee and up you come. Wonderful. So you to come out of it, you literally just do a little whoo, release. Standing on your other leg. Straight. Foot comes up behind you. Let your knee hang. Squeeze your bottom tuck under. Zip up. Can you let that? Yeah, that's it, Carol. Let the knee come down a little bit. Good. So you've got some hip stability going on. And breathe. Chin in. So Lynn, just pull that right hip in a bit. It's just hanging out there. There we go. So this left side will come up. There we go. That's better. Squeeze your bottom more. Tuck your tail under more. Push your hip forwards more. Breathe more. Oh, that feels tight this morning. I can feel I'm twisting on this side. My ribs are twisting. So if you're like me and you're being a bit sloppy with your upper body, square it up. Now, slowly, slowly, slowly. This leg, I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. This leg that you're holding is going to go out behind you. Both legs are straight. Your back foot will want to turn out. It kind of doesn't matter too much, but if you can, keep it forward facing. Arms go up. Now, feel already that you're pushing into both feet. Somebody's got you by the hips. They're pulling them back. Your chest is up, your chin is in. Don't stick your chin out just because your chest is up. And then as you go forwards, 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 hands on thigh, you'll know if it's a tight side because you'll find your hips starting to twizzle. So going down, flat back, hands on thigh. Not too much weight on this thigh, not too much pressure with the hands, or you can go to shin, or you can go to floor. Trying to make yourself into a triangle, flat backed. Chin tucked in, back of the neck long, breathe. Push the front foot into the floor, push the back foot into the floor. And then from here, deep breath. Big sigh. Yield and bend with your front knee. Engage your tummy, rock forwards and up you come. Marvellous. Nice way to come out of it. Standing at the back of your mat, you choose. Are you rolling down or are you going to step forwards and come down? If you're being cautious with bone density, you are not rolling. So meet you down in downward dog. You can roll or you can stride and step forwards. Walk your hands out or come up into downward dog. We will see you there. Let's have a heel toe. Rolling through one foot, then through the other, letting your head hang. Movement in the feet. Lovely stretch for the calves. You've already stretched your hamstrings, but this is now the whole of the back of your body. Move how you want to. You might want to sway your hips from left to right. You might want to leave your heels down. You might want to lift your heels up. From there, swing your hips forwards and come into a plank. Now, can you manage on your hands? If you can't, come onto your forearms. Hold the plank, either on your toes or on your knees. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift one leg. Bring it down. As you exhale, can you keep really, really still and lift the other leg? Bring it down. Wonderful, Jan. Lift your other leg. Bring it down. Nice. Lift your other leg. Bring it down. Pop your knees down, box 3/4 or full. Are you ready? Elbows in. Push the floor away. Elbows in. Push the floor away. Don't rush. Elbows in. Smoothly up. Lovely. Elbows up your ribs. You're taking your forehead in front of your hands and lift. Last 3 and down. Brilliant. One more time. Sit back into a child's pose. If you want the ball behind your knees, put it there. You can have your knees slightly apart or together. You choose. Reach your arms forwards. Breathe, breathe. Head resting on the floor or a block or your hands. Let your bottom sink back. If you have got your arms in front of you, think of fingertips creepy crawling away, tail dropping down. It feels nice. Takes a while to actually switch your neck off, doesn't it? And let your head be actually supported on the floor. Or is that just me? Walk your hands in, coming up and then going on to your side. Now, if you can do it, I'll just move my hog. If you can do it, you're going to stay on your elbow so that your waist is working. But if you struggle and you can come down, it's leg work we're doing, not the waist is sort of a, what's the word? Secondary. So if you want to, you can have yourself down here. But if you're able to, elbow directly under shoulder, palm flat. Slump so you know where you don't want to be. Lift so you know where you do want to be. Pull your shoulder back and down. Now, let your legs be a little bit more in front of you. So instead of your feet being in line with your bum, have them sort of running along the front edge of the mat. So they are a bit more forwards than normal, 90 degrees at the knee. Make sure your waist stays long. Lift and lower this top leg. So the whole thing is like a fan. You're lifting from the hip, obviously not rolling back, obviously, but keeping the hips still. And your foot and shin are running along the front edge of the mat, and they are coming down and landing on top of each other. And then down, lovely, Viv, and lift and down. So it's not so much a clam. You're not leaving your feet together like we normally do. You're lifting your whole leg. Now I can feel I'm already starting to go, oh, I'd really quite like to slump. So I'm having to really think about lifting out of my arm. That's 2. Last 1, take your leg up and keep it here. Bend your knee up higher without your waist dropping or your back flattening. Straighten the leg out and take it in line with your body. So this front leg is in front, it's helping you to balance. This leg is in line with your body. And it's like a knee lift. Knee up, straight line. Knee up, straight line in line with your head, neck, and torso. Knee up, straighten it out. Now, can you do that without your back arching, flattening, moving? How still can you stay in your body? Last two. Stretch it out. One more. Hold it there and circle it round. Lift up out the ribs, shoulder back, small circles. Change direction, nearly there, well done. Keep it in line with your body. Engage so you're not moving or wobbling around. Add a bit to the back of the circle, folks. And release your knees together, come down onto your side. Head in hands, you get to twist. So make sure you've got a little bit of space behind you. Don't over egg the pudding. We're going to lift the elbow up, melt towards the shoulder blades. That might be a gentle twist if you're concerned about bone density, or a fuller twist if you want to, and then back you come. So inhale to lift the elbow, exhale to melt across the shoulder blades. Take a breath in here, and then engage your pelvic floor and your tummy to pull yourself back. Go again, inhale. Exhale, head heavy in your hands. Marvelous. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to squeeze and encourage the torso back. Last time. Anybody had some clunks and clicks out of their spine? Use your hands to push yourselves up. Now, do you remember which side you've been on? Make a little mental note. Note to self. Now, you're going to sit up tall. You've got your bitins or beans ready if you want them, and you're going to hold the back of your legs. And your legs aren't at 90 degrees. They're in a bit of a long, sort of 3/4 length, open knee. Lift up, and then you lean back, wheel your pelvis under, and make that kind of C-curve shape with your spine. Shoulders are dropped down, arms are holding on. Take a breath in, and then curl forwards with your upper body, and then roll up to sitting. Inhale, lift. Lean, tuck and roll, rounding down. So your pelvis is tucked under, your back is stretching. It's nice. Take a breath in, curl your head forwards and coming up. One more time, lift. So it kind of feels like a release for the lower back. Notice if your feet are flat or whether they are rocking. Come up to the top. The reason I say that is because you might not be able to keep them completely flat, but I can see and feel that as I go back, I roll onto the edges of my feet. So I'm trying to sort of keep my big toe joint down and not let that habit happen. So then you're going to come up to sitting. Now, if you've got a hog and you want to sit on your hog at this point, you could sit on it, flat side up, and give yourself the challenge of being in balance as well, just for some fun, but you don't have to. Take hold of your weights, one in each hand, sit up nice and tall. Take your arms out in front of you, knees are vertical, feet flat, and then draw one elbow past your rib cage, turn and look at it as you twist. Come back to the center. The hand, draw it to your armpit, reach forward. So at the moment we're vertical. We haven't loaded the abs. If you're on your hog, you're trying to keep it still. If you're sitting upright, then you're trying to sit upright, not lean. One more pair. So this is nice for thoracic rotation to try and encourage movement through the upper back. Lift up a little bit more, Carol, if you can, out of that lower back. And then stay here, inhale, legs and hands are above each other. And then you're going to lean back a little way. Now, if you're on your hog, and your pelvic tilt, you'll feel it move. So use that for feedback, that when you lean back with a flat back, the hog hasn't tipped. Now we're twisting. Elbow to armpit, bring it to center. Elbow to armpit, bring it to center. And again, rotate. Just a little bit more lifting out of your lower back. Good. Not letting the arms drop. Keep them out in front of your chest. And then pause. When you get back to the center, cross your arms. You've still got a lean back going on. Slide out with one leg. Bring it in. Lovely. Slide out with the other leg. Bring it in. So if you're on your hog, you're keeping it still. If you're sitting up tall, you are lifting out of your lower back. Let your head go back a smidge, Jan. Have the feeling of lifting your heart. Yeah, you don't have to move your spine back. Yes, but just the head in line with your spine. That's better. Good, Elaine. Looks really good. And then just before we add things together, sit up, soles of the feet together, release your arms forwards. So you're not rounding your back and collapsing here, but you're just going to stretch out the groin and the inner thighs because they will have been gripping. Oh, just let them release for a moment. And this is something you can do if you think it's all too much. And come up again. So sitting up nice and tall. We'll do it vertical first. We'll add the lean second, if that's all right. You're going to take your arms out in front of you. You're going to slide out with your left leg, right elbow twists, and you look back. So we're mixing the moves. Can you keep your left arm out in front of you above your leg and your palm is facing in? Bring it back in. Slide out your right leg, twist towards the bent one, elbow back. Center. So we're doing bow and arrow archer arms with leg slides, seated on a hog or on the floor. And I want you to think that this rotation is happening not just in the head, neck, and shoulders, but right from your waist. Feel one side of your ribs twisting forwards and one side of your lower ribs twisting back. And try and wring out the flannel. You've got to add the exhalation. Good. Inhale. Really nice. Tickle the floor with your heel. Don't shove weight into it. And then pause. Arms down. Have a little shuffle around if you want to. A quick rest. We're going to add in a lean. Arms out. Now, if this is all too much with your arms out, you're going to put your arms across your chest. So that's your shorter levers. That's a slightly easier option. Take a breath in. Lean back with your flat back. Notice your gaze has come up, therefore your arms have come up. Slide out your left heel, bow and arrow to your right elbow. Coming back to the center. Slide out your right heel. Left elbow comes back. Twist from the waist. Inhale. Don't let the arms drop. Twist, twist, twist. Towards the bent leg. That's it, Lynn. Coming back up. So you're leaning back without your hog tipping. Without your lower back slumping. Your arms will want to just gradually get lower. Don't let them, unless you're holding really big weights, in which case you're free to put your weights down. Center. Really nice. Soften your jaw and your neck. Just let it be a continuation, a spiraling from the spine, from the lower back. Palms facing in, thumbs facing up. Pause and then take both arms up until you feel the challenge. Might be a little bit, might be a lot, might be all in the way in line with your ears. So find the place where you're thinking, heck, now I'm having to work with my core, and give me 4 leg slides, alternating. Keep that head back, Jan. Might need to bring your arms lower if your head's popping forwards as a counterbalance. Did I say 4? Did I say 4 pairs or did I say 4? Last time. And bring your arms forward, soles of the feet together. Let your hog tip. Knees wide. Release. Brilliant stuff. So we're going round onto the other side. Let's just check our alignment and positioning. You are opposite side. Set up like you're about to do the clam, so your feet are in line with your tail. But no, 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 we don't. We have our knees up in front and our shins together. So your knee joint here with your thighs 90 degrees L-shaped. And then instead of slumping, you push down, you lift up, you've got neutral spine, your shoulder is back, not poking forwards, head slightly in line. Whole leg, here we go. Lift and down, lift and down. Lift the whole thing like a unit without letting your pelvis twist or your back change position. Your ribs stay lifted. Lovely. Anybody got any difference this side? Foot, knee and shin traveling together. Marvelous. Really good for outer thigh, really good for our hips, really good for our core, staying really still. And then lift your knee, bring it up towards your chest without your back flattening, straighten it out. And again, bend it up, straighten it out in line with your body and bend. Stretch, don't let it drop, bend, stretch, bend. How's the outer thigh doing? I've got a settee in the way. I'll just rest my leg on the settee, nobody will notice. Keep the ribs lifted. And then, are you ready, Rachel, to hold your legs straight and circle it round? Ooh, that's good, Viv. Keep the ribs really held here. Don't let them bounce. Lift out that shoulder limb. Yes, change direction. Back top corner, we love you. Hips, I love you. Bottom, I love you. Outer thigh, I love you. Core, I love you. It's so easy. This is so light. 3, 2, release. Ooh, come down onto your side, head in hands. Check you've got neutral spine, you haven't flattened your back. Oh my goodness, my bottom. Are we ready? Lift your elbow up and twist again like we did last summer. Inhale. Use your core to help pull you back. And again, lift your elbow. Rotate, let your head be heavy. So if you feel like you're dangling in the air and it's all very awkward, your head isn't relaxing, you definitely need to put a towel or a cushion under it. I want you to feel that you can relax and switch off your head weight. Relax your neck. Inhale, lift the elbow. Exhale, spread your wings. Inhale, take a breath. Squeeze your tummy and pull yourself back. Nice. Let's have one more. So when you've finished that one, you're going to roll onto your back. And you're going to have your little weights handy. I'll just move the camera down. So have your little weights around. Marvelous. So have your feet flat on the floor, ready to do the 100. And we're going to use the little weights in our arms if we can. If it's too much, just of course, put them down. We're going to breathe in. As you exhale, you tuck your pelvis under. So you've got your knees bent, your pelvis imprinted, your waist down, and your pelvic floor lifted. You inhale. If you're able to lift your head, neck, and shoulders in a small curve, you do. So this shouldn't aggravate any bone density because we're in a really small dish. We're not really flexed with any weight hanging on our spine. So arms are facing up unless you need your hands behind your head. Here we go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, palms over, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add a leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 90 degrees, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add the other leg if you want to. Breathe out, 2. Now your thighs will be a bit closer towards you because you're in an imprint. So you're welcome to stay here with both legs bent, one leg bent, change legs, or straighten one leg out. Now, because you've got the weights, can you feel it's adding more movement to your upper body? In, 2, 3, 4, 5 double legs, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 2 legs is too much, bend one. Look down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Try and really restrict any movement in your body. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palms over, 2, 3. 1 foot to floor, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other foot to floor. Last time, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn over, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Let your head roll from side to side. Super duper. Arms by your side, palms up. Take a breath. Obviously, if the shoulders don't like the weight, if you've got a problem with your shoulder joints, please put them down. Feet parallel, we're going to shoulder bridge. So all things out from under your head. Inhale. Exhale, push down with flat feet. They're evenly weighted. Tuck your pelvis under and start to peel like sellotape. Your spine is rolling up off the floor till you get to a sort of a gentle slope. You're not rammed up onto your neck. You're diffuse across the shoulder blades. Now then, take your arms up, and if you can, take them over. Your palms will be facing upright. Your elbows are flippy floppy bent. Inhale. Keep some weight under the big toe joint. Squeeze your bottom and roll down. So the initial shoulder bridge. Arms down by your side. Take a breath in. Go again, palms are facing up, tuck your pelvis under, watch the pressure under your feet doesn't change, peel your spine up slowly. Arms go up and over, the palms turn up, and leave your arms just an inch off the floor. Now that's a bit heavier in your shoulders if you've got your weights, so just decide for yourself if it's appropriate. Inhale, roll your spine down, leaving these arms just in the air. And then your arms come down last when you're in neutral. Breathe in again. Let's go. Feet, thighs, bottom, tuck under. Really good, Rachel. Roll that spine up. This time, arms up and hug a tree. Now then, turn your palms to face each other. So the backs of the hands are facing outwards. And squeeze your left knee out to the side. So you're going to use squeezing buttocks to take the knee out and up to the top. And then the right buttock, pull your knee out, bring it to the top. Now your left arm out to the side, to the floor if it'll go, and lift. Right arm out to the side if it'll go, and lift. And now we're doing left leg, left arm out to the side without twisting your hips, up to the top. Right arm, right leg, keep your pelvis still. Super. To the top. And left again. Squeeze central to the right. And central. Now bring your hands and weights onto your thighs. So you're just resting them on your thighs, or maybe at the pelvis, depends how long your arms are. And then instead of rolling down, hinge at the hips, tap your buttocks to the floor, drive up. Tap, squeeze, tap, squeeze. So you're hinging at the pelvis and coming down as a unit, not rolling your spine down, which feels quite weird because we spend all our time having lovely rolls. Squeeze. If you've got your hands on your thighs or your weights on your thighs, you can push them a bit, can't you? You could push them down a bit. Tap, squeeze. Are your feet flat? Tap, Squeeze. Are you pressing into the balls of your foot? Last 3. Squeeze. Use your bottom at the top. Give it a little extra. Hold. Arms all the way over. Inhale. Roll your spine down, vertebra at a time. Brilliant. Then bring your arms down. Now, pop your weights on the floor. Bring one knee in slowly. Bring the other knee in slowly. Have a little rock in and out. Or not. If you don't feel like rocking, you might just squeeze. You might go side to side. You might do little circles. So you're going to grab your ball if you want to use it and put it between your knees and take your feet to the floor. Don't have to use it, but it's there if you want to. Same kind of thing, but now instead of knees going out to the side, we're going to have a go at straightening them. Woohoo! It's a little bit more work for the inners of your leggies. Little weights in your hands, palms facing up, shoulders are back. We've got all the mod cons. Inhale. Exhale, press flat into your evenly weighted feet. Engage your thighs, your calves, your bottom tuck under. Scoop your belly like a whippet. Roll your spine up till you get to that lovely diagonal line. Take your arms up and hug a tree in front of you. Now, if your hands are directly above your shoulders, all you're doing is putting the weight straight into your shoulders. Quite nice. But if you take your hands a bit lower, so your hands are above your pelvis, it's a bit harder on your back. So the position of your arms will make a difference. So you choose. You can, of course, keep them on the floor. Inhale. Squeeze your right thigh, right buttock. Straighten out your left leg exactly where it is. Point your toe. Bring it back down, foot to floor. Squeeze that leg, that thigh, that buttock. Straighten out your other leg. Point your toe. Nice. Bend your knee. Control it down. Change legs. Whoop, whoop. Really strengthening your lower back here, especially if you've got weights. Bring it down. If your hands are above your pelvis, you've got a lot of lower back strength happening right now. Straighten. And bend. Last pair. Soften the ribs. Keep the pelvis up. Very nice. One more. Staying in the air, give the ball quite a good squeeze. Now you're going to hinge across the pelvis, drop your hips down and lift, down and lift, down and lift, down and lift. Stay at the top. You're welcome to keep both feet on the floor or briefly, left leg out, hinge at the hips and lift, hinge at the hips and lift, hinge at the hips. One more, hinge at the hips, hold it. Bend that left knee, straighten out the right side. We're only doing 4, thank heavens, or double legs if you prefer. Feet down. Here we go. Drop the pelvis, lift. Squeeze the ball, lift. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it in the air. Bend your knee. Inhale. Take your arms over. Relax your shoulders, neck, jaw, and try and tuck your pelvis right under. It's really hard to release into flexion after all that work. When you get down, bring your arms down, bring your knees in slowly. Let your knees hang out wide. Have a little rock from left to right. Really good. Really good. Place your feet to the floor, lift your hips up, put the ball under your pelvis if you're choosing to use it. You don't have to. It's quite comfy. It's right in the middle. Some ball basically on the bones, not up behind your waist and not sticking out below your bum, just kind of plumb in the middle of your pelvis. Now, feet go a bit narrower, arms by your side, palms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold your right knee in and start to circle the right leg in the air. If you feel balanced enough and you're not gripping with your other leg, you're not leaning it out to the side as a cantilever, then you can pick up your little weights and lift your arms an inch. Ooh. Remember to exhale through the phase of movement where you think, gosh, that's a little bit tougher or harder to keep still. Change direction. Are your shoulders back? Is your neck relaxed? You've got the weights in the air, it's harder. And then you're going to fold, put your arms down if you need to, fold your second leg up as well. So knees are above hips, calves are floppy, shins are level with the floor. Float your weighted arms up if you wish to use the weights. Toe dip in the water and lift. Other toe dip in the water and lift. And then opposite arm and leg and lift. Now you know how to make this easier. You just do the arms, you just do the legs. You take the weights out of it, you take the ball out of it. So you can even have both feet on the floor and just alternate your knee lifts. So it's just about putting limbs in the air or taking limbs out of the air. But you are keeping a natural arch in your spine. Your rib cage is held. You're exhaling as the levers lengthen. Start to move that bowl of water further away from your bottom. So as you take your leg down, maybe you could lengthen it a smidge. Last 3. Last 2. One more time. Bring both arms down, palms up. Leave your left leg or the other leg in the air. Put your first one down, the one that was circling, and circle this one that's remaining in the air. I think for most of us it was left, but see if you can let that thigh really hang in the socket here. It circles round. You got all your bits, Elaine. And ball weights. Change direction, circle the other way. Now, can you lift your arms an inch? I find it much harder on this side. I really want to counterbalance with my static leg and I'm having to talk to it. Shoulders back, using your exhalation through the phase of movement where you don't feel quite as held. Softening your head so that you're not gripping the floor. Pause with the leg directly above the hip. Arms go down. Fold your second leg up again. Float your arms up again in front of your chest. Inhale. Can we do double arms over your head? And lift. Double or single legs. Toe to floor. And lift. Double arms. Soft ribs. And lift. Double legs. Don't let them go wider. And double arms. Or single. And if you can, double arms, double legs. So this is where your breathing really matters. Exhaling so you don't feel the tummy dome. If the tummy feels like it's doming, you definitely need to reduce the levers. Keep the legs bent, but just sneak them a bit further along the mat. Watch your rib cage. Think about it. Visualize the shape behind your waist. Is it getting bigger, the arch? If it is, ease off. Last 2. One more. And slowly bring your knees in, pop your weights down, let the ball tip you, keep hold of your right leg, left one going down away from you. So you could take the ball out if you want, but it's quite nice because it kind of pushes your hips up in the air if you're not too wobbly. And you can hold the knee or the thigh, whichever. The leg that's down, the one that's straightish, stiffen it and straighten it so that you might find your heel is just off the floor. And with your heel just off the floor, do a little point and flex of your foot. So you've got this prolonged stretch on the hip flexor. The more you pull your other thigh in, the more you're stretching and releasing across the open hip. Take your time to change legs. You might start with the leg bent underneath. You might start with it straight. Play around with What does your body feel ready to do? Can you straighten that leg and lift it? Can you pull your other thigh in towards you so you get this big opening and then point and flex? Straight leg, foot to floor. Slide it in so it bends. Put your leg down, the one that you're holding. Lift your hips up and slowly, slowly roll out of it. Arms wide at shoulder level. Have a little knee twist one way, head the other. Up to the top. Let your knees go the opposite way, head the other. Up to the top. And then hands go behind your head. Let the soles of your feet go together. Let your knees hang out. And using your hands behind your head, just lift your head up like about 2 millimeters. Tuck your chin so you've got a strong retraction, and then put your head back down. So you've just taken the weight off it, retracted it, and put it back down again. And now with your thumbs, massage all the way up to the apex, right where the top of the spine meets the skull, and wiggle your fingers almost under the skull. Get your thumbs in if you want to. Grab yourself by the scruff of the neck. Make it wider, go out almost behind your ears. If it feels nice, turn your head one way. You might get more pressure or a better position, or turn your head the other way. And then put your head down on the floor. Take one hand and you're going to put it, you know, there's a gap behind your neck. Literally just cradle your neck with your hand. So your neck is like that in your palm. Your head is sitting in a curved palm. And as much or as little as you want, squeeze. We'll do the other side in a minute, but you're squeezing the heel of your hand to your fingers. Your head will rock left and right. You might want your fingers a bit higher. You might want to move a bit lower, but you can feel a diffuse pressure where your palm is and a sort of more pokey pressure where your fingers are. Press as little or as much as you want, depending on your bones and how you feel. And then we'll do the other side. So other hand in, the palm is supporting your neck, and you are fingers one side of your neck, heel of your hand the other side of the neck. So you're not on the bones, you're on the flesh and the muscles. Maybe move your hand higher, maybe get your fingers a bit closer to the spine. It's like you're trying to squeeze lemons. You see them do that on all the chef's programs, don't they? They just slice a lemon, then they just squeeze it, and they use their fingers as the sieve to catch the pips. No gadgets required, just strong hands. And release. Bring your hands to your thighs. Lift your knees in. Roll onto one side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And coming to sitting. Now you can either have your knees out in front of you, just straight out in front of you, or you can have yourself cross-legged, whichever you prefer. Lift one arm up, sitting up tall, over we go to the side. Let your head hang. Drop your supporting shoulder and stretch your waist. Good morning. Up you come. Other arm, lift. Lifting your pelvic floor and your tummy. Over you go. Drop your shoulders down. Let your head hang. Push into the floor. Supporting shoulder drawn down. Up to the top. Roll your shoulders round. Chin tucked in. Move your head. Marvelous. Hopefully that's helped your neck a little bit, Rachel. It's not quite as good as a massage, but that hand can do quite a lot of squeezing and pummeling. It's quite nice. Really good, everybody. Some fabulous technique, and we've used weights, we've used ball, we've worked inner thighs, outer thighs, bottoms, backs, tummy, the whole kit and caboodle. Good effort.